Hello everyone, welcome to ISHRE Student Technical League introductory session. With us on the panel, we have Vivek sir, Vivek Marde, who is our ISTL chair. We have Bhavish Mehta sir, who is a guide for one of our colleges. We have Shamir Talkar with us, he's coordinator for ISTL. Kavita Dhanavde madam, she is also a guide for ISTL. We have Sunil Jankar, who is a faculty in charge. Vishaka Dikshit, she is also coordinator for ISTL. We have Professor S.H. Dabir with us, for, a faculty in charge. Sulekha Walunj, another faculty in charge. Then we have Arun Joshi sir, who is the current ISHRE Mumbai chapter president. Sandeep Vardham sir, guide for ISTL. Sanjay Kumar sir, guide for ISTL. And Atul Kochrekar sir, guide for ISTL. Coming up next is also Mihir Sanghvi sir, who is the current past president of ISHRE Mumbai chapter. And also we have a Mr. Parth Thakkar, who is the student activity chair for ISHRE Mumbai chapter. Okay, so now ISHRE Student Technical League. We'd like to know a little more about it, what it is about, for understanding all the parameters that are included in this student technical league. I'd like to ask Mr. Vivek Marde sir, our ISTL chair, to speak a few words.
Good afternoon to all faculty, mentors, and students. I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. See, we are here today to introduce very first intra-college ISTL League 2020, in which I'm happy to say that in which 6 colleges and more than 200 students are going to compete with each other. ISTL is not a normal competition which you take part and forget. The students who are going to take part in ISTL will cherish this journey in entire their life. Whatever you are going to learn from mentors and various trainers will be with you forever. This knowledge will help you in your real life when you are going to shift from college campus to corporate life and start your actual independent journey of your life. So take this ISTL very seriously, students. You will be thinking what different ISHRE is going to do in this ISTL. Students, you will be actually trained as a junior engineer who has just joined any firm in HVAC field. There will be a number of training programs on HVAC we are going to conduct, where you are going to learn from starting to do with heat loads, understanding layouts, different type of HVAC system, importance of indoor air quality, designing HVAC systems, and so on and on. My advice to all participants who's going to take this part, don't take this tournament lightly. This competition will give you feel of HVAC industry. What is actually HVAC industry is. The one industry which is going to grow and grow further in future. Not to forget, each college has been given one mentor who is well known in this HVAC industry and has vast experience in HVAC field. Please understand, they are going to share their knowledge with you, which they have gained after so many years of hard working in this industry. I thank them all as they have agreed to give their valued time for students from their busy schedules. Thanks again from Mr. Sanjay Verma, Atul Kochrekar sir, Parth sir, even Sandeep Vardham sir. Best of luck to all students for these competitions, and let's give your best. I think let Saloni explain what is the project is, and we are always there to guide you. Take it on, Saloni.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for that. Before I get on with explaining the project, I'd like our ISHRE Mumbai chapter president, Mr. Arun Joshi, to please speak a few words.
Hello, hi, good afternoon, everybody. Happy to see a fantastic response to the first ISTL meeting organized by Vivek and his team. I think next time we should change the format from webinar to meeting format. Does that make sense? Because it's supposed to be a little more interactive. So I think people will be will be able to interact more. What do you think, Saloni and Vivek? Because
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Because this is not a boys. This is not a training. Huh?
Yeah.
Today's session. Basically, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to make you to explain what you are supposed to be designing. In going ahead in next 2 and 3 months time. And this is our first attempt, because what used to happen is that every college only used to make one team for this competition, and there are so many students who are interested to do designs and they never used to get an opportunity. So actually this brainwave came up during our discussions with all the mentors, and that's where we decided that let's do it so that more and more more and more people can participate and more people can enjoy. I think what Vivek said is very, very opt. It is not a one-time stuff which you will be doing for yourself or for ISHRE or for your college, because this is something, training is not only technical but a training also to give you confidence to face public. It is going to improve your public speaking, it is going to improve your presentation skills, it is also going to improve the way a presentation has to be made and shown. How you should do a real life sales for a particular design which you may get into later. And obviously you entering a design competition shows your intent that you like designs, you like to get into a design field. So polishing this particular some skills is going to make a big difference in your life, because I always keep on saying this in every opportunity I get to talk to students, is that you got to develop your other skills along with your technical skill. And as Vivek sir said, there are fantastic trainers going to be around here. I can see here Sandeep sir, Atul there, Mikir is there, Parth, Nasir, Sanjay Kumar is there, and Saloni and our youngsters, along with Kunal, I think Vishnu is there. So there are a lot of guys whom you can take help from and take a guidance. Just to tell you the benefit, other than your development as a as an engineer, an overall development other than technical and exposure to other skills, you are also get a good opportunity to get into our industry. Because if you look at the history, last 2 years, Bombay branch has recruited close to about 120, 101 and 80, 180 to 190 students through IJJ, and the huge number out of that was coming from ISTL. And obviously the difference was because ISTL did give them that kind of confidence to face people. They started knowing the people started knowing them. Okay, this student, yeah, I have seen him in this presentation, I have seen him there, I have seen him there. तो इससे बहुत फर्क पड़ता है, आपको एक अलग ही लेवल का एक्सपोजर मिलता है. So if you are serious about building up a career, these are the kind of platforms you should enjoy more. And this is fun. This is not only really strictly going by books, is only a boring technical sessions, because you come together, you sit with your friends, you try to do research on internet, you spend time with the mentors. One of the mentors took the whole team to Lonavala last year. So, I was missing such things. I never got a chance to do anything like that. We try to make it as interactive and as, interesting for you guys as possible. What we have done this time, because it is going to be inter-college, I think Saloni will explain and Shamiri will explain further the rules and regulations, and not rules, guidelines, I will say, because there are no strict rules as such, because it's a fun learning. She will explain it more about what they want to do. But I will only tell you one thing, that definitely, you are going to get the kind of acknowledgement which you expect as students. You are going to get the exposure, what you want to have with the industry guys, because we will ensure that for your finals in your each college, we get eminent personalities from industry to attend to and look at you guys. You can call it as a pre-launch of IJJ. That's a promise from our side for you. So that's an additional encouragement which you guys can have. Having said that, the topic, there was one query which I've received just now. Yes, what we have done right now is that we have kept the topics same across the colleges. The idea is basically, to ensure that everybody is at the same platform and everybody is looking at the same kind of building design and comes up with the different ideas. And that's how the real life is. You get an opportunity to do a building design in your real life. You are going to do it as per your ideas, your imaginations, and your stuff, what you have learned. So, yeah, Mir just reminded me about one very, very important thing. The winners of the last year's ISTL were actually called to Delhi. They were taken by us to Delhi, all paid expenses, and they actually presented in front of all the top of the guys in HVAC industry, including ISHRE representatives from abroad. And everybody was literally thrilled to see what our Indian students can do. This year's academics may happen, may not happen. It is in Bangalore, but next year after that, it's going to be in Mumbai, and we will see to it that all of you guys get as much exposure as possible to the to the various visitors which come across the world for that kind of an experience. Thank you, Mir, for reminding me that That was a very important step, thanks to our president at that time, Mr. Vikram Murthy, who initiated this idea, who was also happened to be the judge for the final final presentations. So I wish you all the best. We are going to be available for you. There is another. If you don't mind, I'll just finish this couple of queries which I have received. That are we going to get trainings? Yes, you are going to get trainings. You have to just demand the kind of training you need. I have this eminent. Can we just declare who is looking after which college first? So Bhavesh Mehta sir is looking after which college? Terna, Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering. Atul Kochrekar sir is looking after,
I think Saraswati
College of Engineering. Sunil sir is a part of team. Sanjay sir, you are looking after which college?
Just 1 minute.
Lokmanya Tilak College.
Lokmanya.
Lokmanya Tilak. Sandeep Vardhan sir is looking after, I think, Sabu Siddiq College of Engineering.
Hello, sorry, Aryan bhai, I am with the Terna College.
Yeah,
Madam.
that's what I thought. Bhavesh Mehta is with Terna College, and Sanjay Mehta is with
Sanjay bhai.
But you know, when it comes to giving lectures, everybody is available to everybody.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Sanjay bhai is going to call Atulji for a particular topic. He feels Atulji can take better, and Atulji is going to call, you know, anybody else from our faculties who he thinks should take that particular part of the lecture. So you are going to get a good chance to talk to various trainers. Yes, you are going to get a complete detailed training of heat load calculations and system design. That's part and parcel of it. Nachiket wants to ask a question. I will take questions right now so that then later it is handed over to you guys. Can you unmute Nachiket, please?
He put it on Q&A, sir. He wrote, sir, what about Datta Meghe College? So Datta Meghe College, I know you put you put a message on our Instagram account, Nachiket, and I asked Parth Thakkar, our student activity chair, to speak to your faculty coordinator, and he'll get back to you on that. Okay?
We've already spoken to their faculty coordinator, and he said that he has at least 30 students whom we have interested in, you know, being members this year just by word of mouth. So we spoke that he's going to spread today's webinar also to all those 30, and they are going to form the 3 groups that are needed to enter into ISTL also.
Okay.
Yeah, Datta Meghe also is a very active participant of last year, and they won a lot of awards. So the award is only for number 1, number 2, number 3. Award is also for a best presenter female, best presenter male.
They got the best presenter.
Good confidence team, well-dressed team. You know, so many awards are there for you guys to win. So come up in flying colors in what you want to do. I will take few more questions so that after that I will which I feel are relevant at this stage. I will not take design questions right now unless you see the design.
I think Parth, you have received some queries, right?
Yes, sir. We have received from Sabu Siddiq.
Yeah, you can ask
one general answer I will like to give to the query is that this is purposely this time we have, I think the designers, you know, this Shamir and Saloni has kept it little more open-ended. They want you to explore the possibilities of different materials, different facades and different stuff. And that's why they have said that this architect somehow because of COVID has left the scenario, and that's why you guys are coming. So it's a chance for you to really innovate and really think about it. So next time I will try to show you different kind of buildings by way of pictures. You know how the real life buildings are. As if you move around in the market, you also must be seeing a lot of buildings. If you take a round to a Bandra Kurla or to the fort areas, or you to the Goregaon Park, you can see various kind of facades, various kind of buildings. So you get a fair idea about how the building finishes are expected in today's world. I think those are the related question, direct related question to the design. The rest of the questions are design questions, and my team will explain you it better to you. So now I will hand it over to Shamir and Saloni to take it further. We are around. Any help required? Any questions are asked? Questions we can take. As far as Datta Meghe, I think they are even, I think, right now trying to become members. As soon as they become member and they form the group, we will ensure that they get a proper team allocated. Right? So handing over it to Shamir and Saloni, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for all your kind words. I am Saloni Shetty. I am the current woman chair for ISHRE Mumbai chapter. With me, I have Shamir Talkar. He is the co-program chair. And we'll be taking forward the ISTL details today with you all. I hope all of you all have received the ISTL PDF file in which there is a small presentation talking about what the project is. Today we'll be explaining it in detail.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, all the students. So, welcome to ISTL 2020. This year's project is a commercial building. So, if you go ahead. Okay. So, this very project, let's start with a small storyline. So, what happened was this idea and this concept was started at the early this year in the month of Jan and Feb, where all our ideas. So we are the client. So our ideas and our concepts and everything, we started with it and in the month of Feb, and then to go ahead with it, we hired structural consultant, architects, and HVAC consultants that are y'all. So what happened was, over a period of time, India was hit with COVID-19, and in the month of March, India had to go under a lockdown. So we lost the support of the architects and we lost the support of the structural consultant. So it is just we as consultant, HVAC consultant, that are present for the building. Now the problem is out here. There is a situation. The architects and the structural consultant have made the building but left the facade. So it is our duty right now to design the facade as well. So the glass and the wall, you guys have to decide and understand which area or which orientation will have which facade. Going ahead with the type of the building, the location of the building is in Aurangabad. As you all know, it is in the heart of the commercial sector. The climate out there is hot and dry. The orientation of the building is very well marked in the drawing. The building status, okay, like I just told you all, the structure is ready, but the facade details, the architect left us with no facade. So it is our responsibility right now to design the facade as well, to select the type of glass and to select the type of wall at which orientation. To go ahead with the building structure, the building structure is a 2 basement plus ground plus 6 floors, and it has a terrace as well.
Okay, I'll be talking a little about what the project layout is and what is expected of you all based on the project layout. So in the beginning, right from the ground floor, we have the entrance foyer. On both sides of the foyer, we have the lounge area and the waiting area where people can wait before they can go up, move to the office for the meeting or any other discussion that they want to have with the people already residing in the office. On both sides of the reception area, we have the toilets, right adjacent to the toilet, we have a staircase with AHU room attached to it, and the 1, 2, and 3 room that is placed right in the center is actually the lift. That is lift 1, lift 2, and lift 3. So in first floor, as we go up, we enter the cafeteria where we have kitchen on both the sides of the cafeteria with the toilets in the same place as it was in the ground floor itself, and the stairs and the lift in the same place. So it is all going up in the same line. Okay, right above the cafeteria, we have our second floor where we have our office spaces. So we have 2 offices, one on the left, one on the right. And people are not entering the office directly. There is a corridor in between before they enter the office. And we have 2 more AHU rooms for you to place your mechanical equipment, HVAC equipment, or whatever you want to make use of the AHU area. Now, right above that, we have another 2 more offices with the same layout that is as before. Just the difference being this time the office area space is reduced. So our building is moving up in a tapering fashion, and above all 3 office floors, we have our terrace. Okay, so the terrace is empty right now. You can utilize this as much as you want in whatever way you want, for whatever equipment you want to keep, or if you don't want to keep, you can use it however you want. We are giving you the liberty to do that. Okay, so this is the basic schematic of our building. So we have 2 basements on the bottom floor where there will be car parking area. We are right now we are thinking of building a ramp here that goes down from the ground floor to the basement, and from basement 1 to basement 2. And people will use the same ramp back up to come to the ground floor. And after the foyer is, as you can see, double height. So after the ground floor, we get the first floor, and the foyer is right between the ground and the first floor. So you can you can look at the ground on the ground floor level from the first floor as well. That is the cafeteria level. And at the top we have the terrace. As you can see, the area of the terrace is much less as compared to the ground floor. So please keep that in mind when you design anything for the terrace.
So also adding up to what Saloni, there are terraces at each floor as well. So I would like you all to, actually look at that in a different way and not in a conventional way, because these terraces, not many of the commercial building provide terraces on each floor.
Yeah,
So that
the open air terrace, the 8,000
open air
mm, that is not.
terraces.
All right.
Right. Also, you all would have a question in mind. You all will feel a little change in the kitchen area and the cafeteria layout. That is because the architect made a last moment change, and they gave us the drawing. So there will be a change in the drawing as well. The seating areas of the cafeteria are changed. So that drawing also will be given to you all. As you can see, the cafeteria seating arrangement, this was the last minute change done by the architects, and they left us. So okay, but we'll still deal with it, and we'll go ahead and design it the way they mentioned us. Okay.
So what is expected? Please tell us, Shamir, what is expected of these guys?
Okay, so what is expected? First of all, we would like you all to do a study analysis of the area where the building is situated and understand the surrounding and the climate. Second is, I would like you all to understand the heat load calculation. After you all will get a training session, you all will understand how to calculate heat loads, and with the help of the heat loads, you all will understand the tonnage of refrigeration required, the load required for the building. After that comes the energy efficient system. Now, this is a very important factor while selecting the system, the HVAC system for the building. Make sure it is energy efficient. Also, when you all are bringing in innovations, make sure these innovations are valid and are in the market as well. Third thing is the indoor environment quality. It is a very important factor nowadays to make sure that your building is as per the IAQ standards. So I would very well like you all to use the standards available with us, the ASHRAE standards, to for the indoor air quality. Also, because we are into a pandemic situation, the guidelines for the COVID-19 compliant building have been put up on ASHRAE. So I would very well like you all students to visit the ASHRAE website and download that document of the COVID-19 compliant and use them in the design. We would very well like to see you all incorporating that.
Shamir, I have a doubt here. So what I think
Yes.
is, and I think many people might be thinking is, why do we have to do a different design based on the COVID-19 compliant? Won't indoor air quality, consider the COVID-19 itself?
Yeah, so that is the entire thing that you will understand while reading the guidelines. So these are small things that you need to work out and understand by reading those guidelines. So it will give you a proper specific guidelines to how to follow that, and how the filtration levels have to be incorporated, and those things you will very much understand in the document. Going ahead, I would very well like you all to incorporate the safety standards and making the building firefighting compliant, and using the firefighting systems as well. The last thing is the cost analysis. Make sure your cost analysis, when you all are doing the cost analysis, or when you all are understanding the costing of the HVAC system, make sure the innovations that you all do are not, they don't hike up the cost to a level where it becomes not economical for a client to incorporate the design. So make sure you keep a balance in the HVAC system as well as the cost, because at the end it's all about the cost. It's all about the money. Thank you, everyone. So this is the project that we would like you all to do, and you all can also log in, visit us at LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and also we have started a YouTube channel where all these webinars and the lectures are all put up there. So please visit and please follow and like and share and subscribe.
So what one thing that comes to my mind, Shamir, is what do I get from designing this building and taking part in this competition? what is the step ahead? Like, let's say, for example, I had the best design, I had the most cost effective design. What do I win if I win this competition?
So you get to be, so once you are selected and once you have won the competition, your very design will be further, there is another activity which is kept a secret right now, but there is another competition coming up where you will be enrolled in that, and the winners of every college will then be put into a competition, inter college wise, and that competition will be on a greater level with a greater activity and a design.
Oh, so we have a intra-college level competition first, and then inter-college as well with the team that comes first in each college.
Right. So it doesn't only end here. There's a lot more after this coming up as well.
Oh my God! Now I think even I want to take part in this competition.
We have lost our chances now.
Just kidding. Okay, so now we know what the competition is about. Now we know what we get from this competition. So how about we take some Q&A from the guys participating in the question and answer? So
Saloni, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
What are my students after working so hard going to get?
So okay.
You have not answered that question.
I'm not going to answer the question, sir.
What else?
I'm going to show the answer to the question. So the answer is me and Shamir. We both were a part of ISHRE Student Technical League, the very first chapter, the very first ISHRE Student Technical League that had happened. And right now we both are working in the designing field. We are in a consultancy firm, our consultancy. It is R.N. Joshi Sir's firm. And we are right now project coordinators as well as MEP design engineers. So MEP design engineering is a step ahead of HVAC design engineering. So first become HVAC designers. You all will get to know what this particular this industry is about, the HVAC industry is about, and then maybe we can move on to MEP as well for you all.
This question which has come up regarding firefighting system. Yes. I want see what has happened now. There has been no firefighting engineering course in India. So what used to happen is either civil engineers or mechanical engineers like us used to read the books and used to design firefighting system. However, as the building started becoming taller and bigger and with more enclosed facade and no ventilation, the firefighting has become more and more tricky.
Right.
So we started learning firefighting system maybe 10 years back. Maybe I remember 2004, 2005. When I was in South Africa, I first came across as an HVAC engineer. Oh, so much is to be done in firefighting system. Before that, I was not even aware. After spending nearly 20 years, I was not aware that itna sab cheez hota hai firefighting. So I started learning from 2005, 2006 there in South Africa. So I came here, I made a part and parcel as firefighting system as my system. So I want you guys to start with firefighting system, because it's a big demand in future for a firefighting design engineers, and it is not a simple stuff of just putting some sprinklers out there. There is a proper kind of a technology which needs to be followed, there are softwares which allow you to do a hydraulic calculations, how the water will reach at what velocity. So very, very interesting field. And those guys who are pursuing more academic interest can join a course which is available online from UK. It's a very economical course which actually makes you a certified firefighting design engineers and can give you a lot of opportunities in your life. So those who are interested, once you understand what a firefighting system is as a part of ISTL, don't hurry up. First understand, try and design the firefighting system in this particular area. You may make mistakes, fine. But then once you understand, you have in a future to learn that particular course properly and get into this field. And as Saloni is saying, you will be one step ahead because you will be knowing HVAC as well as firefighting course. So we'll give you a lot of advantage. Saloni, there was this one question regarding foyer. Do you want to take it? Maybe people may not understand double foyer. So I will explain you. When you go into any restaurant or any hotel, you will see a double height there. So there is no slab at the first floor level. So hota kya hai? When you are actually go to the section only. When you are actually standing on ground floor, you see the ceiling of the second floor of the second floor. ये बीच में ना ये slab नहीं होता यहाँ. That is what is meaning of a double height. तो जब आप एयर कंडीशनिंग करोगे तो आप सिर्फ ये एरिया का एयर कंडीशनिंग करोगे, क्योंकि ये एरिया में तो कोई आदमी खड़ा नहीं हो सकता. That is where this is also a very interesting way how this area is to be handled in design, and that's why particularly I think these designers have added these double height foyers here.
There is one question saying, what about design of 2 basements? From Jayesh Mahajan.
So as I said in the before spoke about the ground floor layout, for the basement you have 2-level basement, and right now we are still in the process of considering how the ramp is going to come down, how it is going to go up. So the basement layout, the main floor layout would be similar to the ground floor, but you all are free to design it as per your wishes, so that we can incorporate it in our final architectural drawing.
So
Yeah,
the
I
question
think these
regarding
are-
basement, I think, is very common. I also got that it on my message. What about the basement design?
Because
so
layout
basement
is not
basically
there.
only parking, and we are not
Yes,
going to give any layout to you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it is also done with a particular intent, because when you read actually NBC, you will know that how the basement is required to be used. And when a basement is used for a particular method, say it is used for parking, what are the
Yes.
precautions you have to take? How you have to do the ventilation?
Correct.
How you have to do a smoke management? How you have to do sprinklers? How you have to do so many other things in a basement. So that is the reason purposely a basement is kept as an open area. So you just have to calculate the area of the basement, but that doesn't stop anything. It only starts the basement design. And basement design is a huge design. All mentors must be smiling right now because they know what they are in for.
There is one more question from Jayesh. He's asking, there's a different type of offices. What is depend on what type of customers will be there in offices? See,
Correct.
now the students are becoming smart.
So Jayesh, whenever a builder constructs a building, an architect designs it till the end, or till the project has at least begun, we don't know who's going to buy the office space. So it has to be in such a way that it is flexible enough to incorporate any kind of client in it, and the client can also incorporate their own systems as a part of this office space. So you have to see to it that your design should be flexible enough to let any kind of people take their office space, rent that office space, and use it for their own purpose.
So we
One
are
thing for
designing
sure is that we have set it as a commercial building.
Yes.
So you are not going to get there hotels and restaurants and stuff. That much is understood. So it's going to be commercial office. But what kind of an office, whether it is an IT, whether it is a
We don't-
bank, whether it is a data center, we are not aware. We don't know.
We are just there to construct the building. You are just here to design the HVAC system for the building.
There is one more question asking about orientation of building.
So it is already given, sir, in the drawing that we have provided.
I think Parth had some questions.
So before that, one guy wrote that I just answered live on this. So he has asked, dear sir, as Shamir said, for this project, you people perform function of client. So as said in the start of the meeting, structure and architecture consultancy left the job, but structure is ready. So being a HVAC consultant, I think we should get appropriate structure drawing where column must be mentioned, therefore which simplifies the modification of basic floor plan. So Akbar Khan, to answer your question, first we need your layout, your design. If it is the best design as compared to all the competition, if we like the design, if we want to incorporate it, then we will give you the column plan, and maybe we can improvise it based on your design. Maybe we can, if you have a particular duct coming in from anywhere, we can just mark it out for you that no, we have a column coming in here, and we can discuss that. But that is in the next stage. That is in the secondary stage. So primary stage is
Ron, what happens, in any real life situation when we get buildings, and I can show you a real life questions like that and buildings designed by all of us. It's not something which is just being thrown to you. What happens is that yes, columns comes in, beams comes in, shafts will come in, but the percentage of all that with respect to a total floor plate is very, very low. And hence what happens when you do your heat load calculations, that significant, that very small change into the total area does not affect the HVAC system. And hence 99% of the time when we do our concept stage designing, in real life, we do not have beams and columns in place. We just have a plain area in place. I think just recently, Saloni did a design for a mall in Nigeria, and that whole mall had no columns.
Yeah.
So we know that columns are going to come in, but HVAC system doesn't really get
I didn't
affected.
even have the facade in the beginning, sir. It all came in later on.
These are all realities of life, and you don't have to worry about that.
You just
Sanjay
keep
Verma
modifying
here.
your design.
Correct.
Hello, Sanjay Verma here. I have just picked only one question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any budget constraint or any budget plan for?
No budget constraints, sir. No budget constraints.
Okay.
But design should be cost effective.
Okay.
See,
Yeah, there is one more
okay,
question.
let me answer this a little differently. As we discussed about COVID coming in and other things coming in, the cost is going to go high. So what will be my interest as a client is whether what is going to be my operating cost? How are you going to ensure that if my budget is going up, how I am going to recover the money in terms of my operating cost? That is the answer. Okay, there is a question regarding what will be considered in the basement, a switchgear room, a battery room, or something else. Yes, there will be few MEP systems, services, rooms which will come into the basement. A very good question, Ashish. Sorry, but right now, what you got to do is to consider this as a basement for more of a fire safety and a parking point of view. Because what is applicable for a parking will be applicable for any other rooms which will come in, because you will do it for the worst number of air changes in any case. Correct? So we are trying to make it little easy. Not to give you too many details in basement, but by the time you finish your first stage design and your moti hit loads and everything is done, by that time if my architect friends gives me a basement layout, I may push it on to you. I have one more question, that length of the right side wall, it must be width anyhow. Width of the right side wall is 187 mm less than the left. Is it given by purpose? No, that is how it is being designed and it is being constructed. Very good observation, Mr. Shreyash Maskar.
Sir,
I
there is
appreciate.
one thing that I would like to bring to everyone's notice, all students, that right now when we are presenting this presentation, we are telling the structure is made and all. As a client, what I'm trying to say is we had architects on board, we had consultants on board, structural consultant, HVAC consultant, electrical consultant. But then because of COVID, the structural consultant and architect both designed the building, but they couldn't finish the design. The structure and the architecture has been made, but they couldn't finish it. So right now they are out of the scene, but HVAC consultants are still here. That is y'all. So what the client wants is for y'all to give your design, so that when we bring in this other architect, or if the old architect comes back, so then we can incorporate your HVAC design into the main building. Okay. So you cannot get your columns, you cannot get your beams, you cannot get your shafts, anything right now, because we don't have the architect. But you can incorporate it in your drawing, so that we can tell the architect when he comes back to incorporate it in his architecture. Okay?
Thank you.
I will
I
just
think there
add
was
one.
another question regarding
there
maximum
are-
number of persons working in the entire building.
Sir, I would just like to add one more thing in what Saloni has said. You need to select all your facade glass as per considering the HVAC. You are HVAC engineer, so whatever is going to benefit HVAC, you need to select it.
In real life, it doesn't happen so, sir. The architect
No,
selects
it-
everything. But here we are getting an opportunity to select all these materials based on our heat loads. In real life, we have to argue with the architect that it is not a good idea to place this particular stuff here, or to place a particular stuff somewhere else. So in that, we have to argue, we have to make a point, we have to put up a case. But right now, you all have the freedom to design the whole building according to your HVAC system to make it the most optimum design. So please make use of it.
Okay, the next question is full office air conditioned? Yes, the entire office, including corridors, are air conditioned. Next question, sir, how can we design the system without knowing that what type of commercial building it is? Correct. Example, data center or any other type. So you may not be able to design a data center, but all other buildings you can design by knowing the areas. Because for commercial, for banks, for schools, for learning centers, for training centers, for offices like ISHRE, there is quite a standard which is already established in our books, which very clearly gives you a guideline. So what happens, Narutik, when you are designing a system for unknown things, you cannot do for the most easiest of the choices, na? So the normally building a mixed use building, what you call it as a mixed use building, is always designed for the toughest condition. I'm only giving you this hint, and then you can proceed with. You can forget about data center, because data center requirement is completely different. I want one thing: every group which has participated in this league will work on the same design which you provided in PDF. Yes, sir. Everybody will work on the same design, and you will get a AutoCAD copies, because you can't design on PDF. You need to do calculations of areas and all. So all of you will get proper AutoCAD drawings. Being a commercial space, the doors and others will be opened and closed several times. How to incorporate that in heat load calculation? Sir, that is what you have to learn. That is what that is how all your mentors will be teaching you how to take care of infiltration load. What you are asking right now is a simple question: what is the infiltration load? Shefali More has asked a question regarding light percentage per square feet. Shefali, again, it is a part and parcel of a design basis. So for a commercial building, there is a particular standard which ISHRE says, ASHRE says, green building norm says, and super ECBC building says, normal ECBC building says, and each person talks about a different light density. Correct? And also light density depends upon the kind of facade you are selecting. For example, you are going for a glass facade, light density will be different. If you are going for a wall facade, the light density will be different. So this is what is interesting part of the HVAC, that you are going to get a chance to look at all these numbers and then select a number which you feel is the most appropriate for your application. See, remember one thing, there is nothing like right and wrong in this. It is what you feel the way building should be done. Because if one building is given right now to 10 consultants in Mumbai, all 10 will come up with different designs. So there can be nothing like one correct answer to any solutions in HVAC. Everybody will design a building based on his experience, his ideas, his knowledge, his previous experience about how these buildings functions. But everybody will fall into the same zone when it comes to the parameters. Correct? So I think what is important for you is to be in that particular zone of parameters in terms of total tonnage, total density of power used, power per square feet utilized, etc., etc. But the design can completely vary from a person to person. I think that answers my question. Yes, Arbaz, how are you?
Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Arbaz Khan. I'm from Sabo Siddiq, ISHRE chapter president. So my question is regarding the competition.
Yes.
It is like consists of 3 questions. The first is what are the important dates for the competition? Like the previous competition, we have different dates for the mock-up round, for this elimination and the final thing. And what will be the marking schemes for the competition, like the judging criteria and all, and how many stages will be there in this competition?
Yes. Saloni, you want to answer? Or you want me to
Sorry,
answer?
sir, I was answering a question here. Can you repeat, Arbaz?
Yeah, I'll repeat. My question is, what are the important dates of the competition? What is the marking scheme, that is the judging criteria of this competition, and how many stages will be there for this competition?
Okay, so Arbaz, we have 2 stages for the competition. The first one will be the initial stage. I know you were a participant last year also, so just like last year, we have the first stage in which you will be giving your preliminary presentation, on which we will be giving you enough feedback for you to polish your presentation before the final round. So you will be getting feedback from our consultants from our HVAC industry, and you have to incorporate those comments in your presentation before the final one. The first presentation will happen somewhere in the month of September, and the final presentation will happen somewhere in the month of October. So from now till September, you will have to do all the heat loads, you'll have to do all the primary designing of your buildings, and you can get into as much detail as you want. It is completely your wish. And based on the design, Sir, Aaron sir, and we have Amod sir, we have Mihir sir, Vivek sir, we all will be giving you all feedback on the design that you all have made, so that you all can incorporate it. And in the month of October, you will be showing it as a final presentation, and we'll be having one winner in each college. That one winner will be then going forward to the inter-college competition.
And Arbaz, just to tell you one more thing, from now to end of August, what she said, and before the first presentation in September, hoping that September opens up the market for us to meet. This period is basically a training period, and this is a period where we are going to give you a lot of training. This is where you have to utilize your time being at home and being online to the maximum potential, and don't stop at ISTL. I mean, you can demand the various stages of learning, like somebody was talking about COVID. So once you finish your basic training, start demanding the higher level training, start talking about, can I get a COVID training? And HQ Ishiro is already doing a lot of students training program, and you can become participant of all such programs where you will automatically get an idea about what's happening in HVAC industry. So this, consider this up to August end as a time for only learning. Yes,
But
me
if you
and Saloni and Shamir and Vivek sir had a discussion, and Vivek sir suggested somewhere around 15th August, which is nearly a month from now. If you wish to do any mock-up presentations to us on a Zoom call, where you want to show a very, very basic stuff which you have worked out, whether you are in the right direction or wrong direction, we are open for it. You need to come to us through your college coordinator and tell us, sir, that our 6 team, our 5 team are ready and they want to show you something. We are ready to open for that. But September there will be first presentation, and then there will be soft skill training by the experts, and then October you will come up more better, and that will be a final round. Dates may go little here and there based on the conditions in the real
we'll
life.
announce it in advance so that you can be prepared for it.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Saloni ma'am.
And as I was saying, Arbaz, if you're active as a student member, so then Parth has already conducted a series of lecture on energy efficiency, and if you would have been a part of that particular lecture series, then you can incorporate those ideas into your design as well.
Sir, I would like to add one more thing to our students. Just visit ISHRE website. You will get lot of information about COVID and lot of answers you will get. Just visit ISHRE website. There are lots of videos for different type of air conditioning system. So you'll at least have a basic idea.
We have Sandeep Vardhan here, who is a champion in firefighting systems when it comes to detection and other stuff. So all the other gurus here, please invite Sandeep on your college to give a lecture on the firefighting systems, please.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being a part of ISTL 2020, and we are excited to see what ideas you'll come up with, what designs you'll bring forward, and to give you all as much knowledge as is possible by us at this stage of your life. Okay, thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye.